Hey, what's up everybody? We're still here, still continue with the Daniel fast, going for 21 days. We're almost there, so if you've been going, great. Keep it going, keep fasting, keep praying. Just got something really simple that I know everybody's gonna enjoy, and everybody does. It's one of my favorites. I kind of like the Italian flavor. We're just gonna make a simple sauce, right? Like a simple pasta sauce. So what I got here, I've already did the pre-work already, so I've got my diced onions. I actually like throwing a little bit of carrot in it. So I've got some carrots that I've grated up. I've got my spices, my basil, my bay leaves, my garlic. I've got some dried parsley. If you have actual parsley, not the dried one, it's perfect. I've got some thyme. These are my spices going inside. I've got some tomatoes, fresh tomatoes, peeled them, gutted them, taken the seeds out. And what I've done over here is I've already started to kind of grind them up. So I threw them in my processor a little bit just to speed up some of my time. So when I take it, chop up my tomatoes, peel them, freshly peeled, taking the seeds out. I put them in my not for that long, grinds it up real good. And what I'm doing is I'm taking and I've been throwing it in here. So I've made my pile of tomatoes that's gonna get ready to cook. Simple, you got your stuff ready. I've got my pot over here, some olive oil in it. I'll throw probably a quarter cup because I make a fair amount of sauce. All I'm gonna do really is I'm gonna heat that up. And I'm gonna throw my onions and my garlic. And I'm gonna throw my carrots inside. So I'm gonna fry that up a little bit, let it get a little translucent, maybe 3 to 5 minutes. I'm just gonna keep stirring. You don't want it too hot, right? You wanna keep it going. And what I'll do is when the time comes, I'm gonna throw in all my other stuff. So it's gonna start heating up. Garlic's gonna go in there. You'll hear it start sizzling in a minute. Mixing up with my other spices. My garlic's in. Gonna throw my onions in there. I've got a fair amount. So you're always gonna want amounts, right? So I'll make it a big batch because this is for myself, my sons, and for my wife. So, you know, for the average person, maybe you go 2 onions. That'll give you enough. That'll give you a little pot of sauce for a little while. Maybe two garlic cloves. Chop that all up. You're gonna throw that in there with some olive oil. Maybe a quarter of a carrot. Grate that up. Throw it in there. You're gonna mix that up. Let that get flavorful. Let it sit there, like I said, 5 minutes. Keep it twisting and turning in your pot. As you can see, I'm throwing my carrots in. I'm gonna do that for about 5 minutes. I'm gonna keep stirring it, keep stirring and keep stirring it. And then at that point, I'm gonna throw in my tomatoes. I'm gonna throw in my spices that I just told you about. I'm gonna throw in, all I always like to do, a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of sea salt. See, I already ground up, got like a teaspoon of sea salt. I'm gonna grind that up, I'm gonna throw that in there. You're gonna let it sit there and you're gonna let that cook, and you're gonna let it cook for a while. So, an hour to 2 hours, depending how much time you have. The more time the merrier. I'd say 2 hours max. So let it sit and simmer. Sit and simmer. Let it boil down. Keep stirring. Check on it. Let it boil down, and you're gonna have yourself a flavorful sauce that can use for a simple pasta that you can use. And you can use that with like the cauliflower quinoa pasta I was telling you. Oh, quinoa pasta is absolutely fantastic. It's actually really light. It digests really well. It's something you really enjoy. I'm gonna let that cook up. I'm gonna throw my tomatoes in shortly. And then when this is all said and done, I'm gonna let you see what it looks like, and better yet, give you a sample of what it may taste like. Okay? So stay tuned.
1 hour later.
All right, so now time's gone. It's been a couple of hours. Sauce is complete now. It's rich. It's thickened somewhat. Ready to be devoured, right? So like real sauce, right? Not that canned stuff. This is real sauce, okay? So we got the sauce that's ready there. Fire's off. In the interim, I was boiling the pasta, so we've got some pasta here. We went with a wheat oricelli, which is like the ear pasta, right? It looks like little ears. Why I like them? Because when you have it, especially with your pasta, it will hold the sauce in it. It's concave, right? So it's kind of like my hand. Looks like little ears. And when you put your pasta in there, it will be your sauce in there. It will absolutely be great. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to plate that a little bit for us so we can see. Put in some pasta. I usually like it al dente, which means not too soft. I like it a little bounce in it, right? I'll get that. I'll get some sauce. Put it over the top of it, and it will cradle in it, right? It looks white, but it's actually a wheat pasta. What I've used before, like I said, is the cauliflower quinoa. This is a wheat. So I've got that. That's my sauce. Got some basil, some more basil. Just lightly put that on the top. And there we go. Your dinner for tonight. Lovely pasta sauce, rich, plump tomatoes, vibrant and tasty with your spices over the orticelli pasta. That'll be the serving today. This will be actually Darius's. He'll get an opportunity to eat this. This is for him. So there you go. Continue to seek God. Continue to fast. Continue to pray. And eat well. Eat well even though you're not eating meat and you're not drinking coffee. You're still doing very well. Your fast is almost there. It's almost complete. And you're getting close to God during this time. Enjoy it. Thanks for being with me. HWC.